Sometimes it's really hard to get immersed in proper mountain biking. Real life gets in the way and your time is totally precious, to the point where you might only have a few short hours to really just get out there. And that's when the obvious advantages of an e-bike come into play. When you're attempting epic rides in inspirational landscapes, that added power helps to really condense that true adventure and distill it into those few precious moments.
So this is why we're here, to ride the Gap, probably the most recognisable proper mountain ride in all of southern Britain.
The Gap truly is a classic. It climbs high into the best that Brecon Beacons has to offer on great tracks and in awesome landscape. And normally, on a normal mountain bike, the standard ride around the Gap will take around about half a day. But we're going to take on the longer version, which has more climbing and more descending. And that's where our choice of bikes really comes into play.
So to take on the Gap, we've chosen two different e-bikes that are both up to the task and the terrain, but they're approaching the e-bike ethos, trail bike ethos, in slightly different ways.
So to take on the Gap, what bike have you brought with us, Jamie?
I've taken the Canyon Neuron on. It's Canyon's second go at an e-bike, and I thought it would be perfect for this kind of terrain.
So what makes it perfect for this then?
Well, it's got slightly less travel from their first go at an e-bike. This has got 130mm travel, which basically is going to make it a bit lighter. Hopefully it's going to cover the ground a bit faster.
You've got the Shimano step system on this bike, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. So it's actually a really lightweight system, but it still delivers tons of power. And you can see on the bike that they've actually put the battery on the outside of the down tube. They haven't integrated it like a load of bike makers have. And the reason they've done that is to keep the weight down. They would have had to build a lot stronger down tube to actually house that battery, and they can get the battery lower because of that, and it makes for a better performing bike.
And obviously an external battery means you can take the bike or battery away and you can charge it and leave the bike where you store it, isn't it?
Exactly, that's exactly right. And what have you got, James?
Well, I've got Giant's Trance E+3. So this is a slightly different style of bike to yours. It's a bit more travel. It's got 140mm of travel at the back and 150mm fork. The reason why I've done that is because
to outgun me.
Totally. It's like there's big rocks. The descents we're going to do today, there's like a few big rocks, and I just wanted a little bit more of a cushion really on there. The other thing about it is it's got 27.5-inch wheels.
Okay.
So it might not necessarily roll as fast, but because what we're doing is we're taking on a ride that's achievable within the standard battery life, I just thought, well, I just want grip. Probably the most interesting thing about the Giant is they use their own type of motor.
Okay.
So this is one that they've adapted from Yamaha, and what they've done is they've looked at what everyone else does and go, we want more power. So obviously they're restricted to 250 watts because every motor is here, but it's one of the class leaders in terms of the amount of torque so you have on there. So when you put down the power, you're going to fly up those hills.
So my bike, slightly lighter, it's got faster rolling tyres, and it's a 29er. So I'm going to be riding back when you're pushing, maybe, potentially.
We'll see, because it's all about that battery conservation, I think. You know, whenever we're taking on like an epic ride, one of the things you want to be really considering is how long the battery's going to last. So it's going to be using different modes and different power. And this is where the Giant's really good because it gives you up to 360% of added power. So it means that I can actually just keep it in that highest power mode for a short period of time and just flat up the hills and then conserve the rest of it. Might as well get on with it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, let's go.
Are we? Hang on, where are we?
So we've just done that awesome, proper, fun descent from Bryn Glacier. That's like the highest point in the area. So we just came around, skirted around the back. As you can see, it's a bit windy, but we managed to get through that.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
It was so good.
It's like being 15 again.
Yeah.
On old school jumbly descents.
Absolutely, just like super loose rocks and things. So we've now made it into this area of forest, and we're not too far away from effectively like the lowest point in the whole route. So we're going to come past Donegal Education Centre. It's where I used to go as a kid.
Education.
Did a mountain bike course there once. So we're going to come down here, cross over the reservoirs. Then we do have a bit of road. Back on
e-bikes
this.
will eat that up.
Absolutely smash it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to come to the gap,
Okay.
the bit that everybody associates with this ride. But the best thing is we've still got a lot more descending to do. So as you can see, we're going to go straight down here, past these awesome trees.
Yeah. How's your battery holding up?
I'm doing all right, actually. I've still got 4 bar, and we're almost halfway round.
Yeah.
So we've been
We've been conservative, haven't we?
Very conservative.
Yeah.
But for those there's a couple of real steep climbs, and you can just smash it into the boost.
Yeah.
Boom.
I actually was really amazed at how well it took, like that jumbly, rocky climb where it was super steep and
with
the wind was like pushing us.
Over.
It was amazing, wasn't it?
It was so
just
good.
powered up. Yeah.
And I said, like, now the great thing is because you got that added weight, where you got these bits that are just going to try and bounce you offline, it just keeps you going on the line you want. It's just completely smashed through.
I can't wait.
That's good. And this is where my big tyres and my small wheels come in.
Fine. I've got big ones too.
Yeah, we'll be fine. Cool, let's go and do it.
Let's go.
High five, awkward high fives is what we like.
You were looking at the wrong place. That was amazing.
The gap ride, 21 miles, over 1,000 metres of climbing there. And,
Still got some battery left.
Still got battery left. My legs have still got battery left, which is the most important thing. And the best thing is it hasn't taken that long to do. That one descent off from the gap is one of the best in the country. If you want like a proper, traditional, old school cross-country style, but really loose and gnarly, that's it. That's one of the best to do.
I actually think it was better on e-bikes than on normal bikes, just because of the, they weigh a little bit more, and that just makes the suspension butter smooth.
Oh yeah.
You just blatted down it, didn't you?
It was
really good.
I don't think I've ever been as fast down that descent as I have been today.
Really?
It's just an absolute scream. So I can't recommend it anymore. And the best thing is, because you've got that power, because you've got that added assistance, that's only really taken, not a fraction of the time, but a very, very short period of time to actually do the ride.
Yeah.
And so you can come here, park here. And Talybont is a fantastic place for mountain bikers. They've got, at the village hall, they've got bike washes, bike service centre, showers that you can use them 24 hours a day. It's great. You park here, do that ride, and it's awesome.
Clean up afterwards.
Clean up afterwards as well. And talking about clean up, I think now's the time for us to clean up, get some lunch.
And have a pint.
Have a pint.
Yeah.
Well, Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with our latest releases. And if you've got any routes that you would like to either see us ride or think are brilliant for a time-strapped people to ride, especially on e-bikes, then let us know in the comments section below.